Welcome, friends, gamers, and other enthusiasts to the BoydofZINJ channel. I hope you enjoy your time here and the video. Please like, subscribe, do all the bell icons, and comment. It really does help small content creators like myself and others by doing so. If you click on the notifications, it may even let others and the YouTube gods know that they may enjoy these videos. With that being said, let's play. Baldur's Gate 3. Dungeons and Dragons Baldur's Gate 3 disclaimer alert. This is BoydofZINJ. This is a quick disclaimer. First of all, I'm a 50-year-old gentleman from Texas. I've been playing video games most of my life. I'm playing this on the PC. This is the PC footage version, and the footage captured will be from the PC and worked on the PC. With that being said, some quick history. Yes, I played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. I am playing Baldur's Gate 3. I did play the early access. However, I only played a few hours into it, and I quickly saw it was a good game. And this is when it first came on early access, give or take a few days. And I only played up to, I remember an owlbear, and I think it was trying to protect a cub. And likewise, I remember a village. It's been a while. And I believe there was talk about a druid that might be able to take the tadpole out of me. That's all the experience I have. I've seen the trailers. I've seen a few videos, but these are spoiler-free videos, mostly from the dev team talking about the game itself. But I've been trying to keep myself mostly spoil-free and avoiding storyline plots. I do know I have played the original Divinity Original since 1 and 2. And I do know that there are puzzles and, plot twists and what have you, but I don't know what most of them are. If any. Again, this is a quick disclaimer. I hope you enjoy it. And I am playing another group with another group. We're playing a full co-op game. However, that group's a part-time group. And I suspect my solo adventures here will be faster than that group. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for staying and watching. Thank you very much, folks. If you're listening to this and watching this video for showing up for my adventures, this is a blind playthrough. I will be playing on Tactician mode. And just to let everyone know, this is me from the future. I'm narrating this in voiceover, so I've already done this in real life. I'm, of course, going to be agreeing to this law-binding contract where every word could matter. And I'm sure every one of us has read it thoroughly and understands all the legal applications and implications of it, and we'll be agreeing to it regardless. And then I'm making some, quick adjustments. And I really can't see the barely visible, so, that's too bright. I am a 50-plus-year-old gentleman from Texas, so, I do wear glasses for a reason. This one I wasn't quite sure of. Am I going to be cross-playing at any point? You never know. So why not? Doesn't hurt. Just in case, that 1 in a million chance. I grew up with keyboard and mouse. I'm terrible at a gamepad. My reflexes are slower, and I have fat fingers and thumbs, and going through the various, options. If you want to see them, you'll notice I'll be eventually turning off sound. I was debating about having it sound very low, or I'm sorry, music. I'm going to turn off the music. I was debating whether or not I should keep music, because what's the chances of it me being copyright striked? And then I was thinking, well, maybe if I turn it down really low, I can still hear in the background, kind of fun. You know, ultimately speaking, I'm going to turn off the music. And the reason why, I'm a lowly content creator, a lowly newbie content creator. Music tends to get copyright strike often, and I have no means of fighting it, and no justification. And I'm not going to go back for. Let's say I played this 100 hours. So I'm not going to go back all 100 hours and replay it just to remove the music. And I'm not that great of an editor just to remove. I don't even know how to remove just the music. So I'm just going to turn it off. But I debated about it at the time, and you can watch me debate. I'm going to stop narrating and let my actions speak for myself for a bit until we get to closer to character creation screen and start the game. All right, okay, new game. Explore balanced tactician. I didn't even realize there was three different options. I thought it was like going to be, easy, medium, hard. But I go for tactician. I'm going to go for the harder. This is a blind playthrough. There's a cutscene. I'm going to be quiet. I do notice there is music in the tutorials. Here's a character creation. There is music in the tutorial. I mean, the cutscenes. I'm going to just take that risk. The cutscenes, I'm going to leave. This is a blind playthrough. If there's background music because of that, I'm just going to hope I don't get copyright striked. Okay, so you can play one of the preset people. You create your own. I'm going to create my own. I've thought about it. There was a previous video on which class should I play. I decided to go with Bard. And I like Godzilla. You know, so I was thinking Dragonborn, but I wanted to look at all the classes. And if this is your first time looking at it, again, this is a blind playthrough. This is me looking at it, from the first point of view. So I'm first looking, seeing how beautiful the game is. Then I'm looking and says, okay, so this is the new 5e 2.0 situation where every race is pretty much same-ish. There's no, uniqueness among the race, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. Now, all the classes can, or all the races can basically do the same thing. Before, if you want a very dexterous person, you pick an elf. You want a very high constitution person, you pick a dwarf. You want a high charisma, tiefling, stuff like that. Now, anyone, which means they all could be sorcerers, they all could be bards, they all could be fighters. It's all up to you. Now, the one thing I do notice after a while is there's some races have additional subclasses or sub races. I'm sorry, and those sub races will change some of your features. Likewise, some also come with cantrips that you can select from. You're not forced to have some of those cantrips. Some are forced. Some are special abilities, and some are racial features. It's okay, interesting. Like, I'm not sure if this is a Baldur's Gate, video game exclusive race or one that's in the game. I don't recognize it, but like, this is very interesting. No sub races though. Dwarf, okay. The other thing I started to know is like, where are the males? How come there's only females here? I said, yeah, well, maybe we'll go later on. Spoiler alert: on the bottom right, there's body types, which will also determine male, female. Basically, skinny, fat, or I'm sorry, male, female, then skinny versus fat versus medium, or something like that. And some races get more than, you know, get two or more, or I'm sorry, some races only get two, some get more than two. There we go. That's a better sentence. And I'm also looking at the proficiencies too. I'm going Bard. And it depends how you want to play, right? Each of this could be potentially useful. So now I'm looking at the sub races, and I'm looking at what each sub race does. And keep in mind, not every race has a sub race. And then I'm seeing, can I change that cantrip? Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So I'm not even sure what the difference is between the sub races for the drow, other than flavor text. Maybe different, slightly color pigment. Again, I'm just going over every race and every sub race. All right, this is me for the future. I've looked over them, so I'm just kind of, you know, at the time I'm kind of deciding what race do I want, and then what sub race do I want from that. And I'm looking over dwarf. I can see myself be playing as dwarf, kind of funny, a bard dwarf. And I'm thinking, well, which one of these three would serve me well? And again, I'm just debating it. Eventually, I'll say, maybe I'll skip dwarf and try something else. I'm still looking it over. Again, I'm just kind of looking at the different choices. Halfling could be make a good bard too. I could see a good bard, you know. And then no, Dragonborn. I'm not too familiar. I played a Dragonborn before, I think. And then I was thinking about it. It's like, well, there's different types of dragons too. Which type of dragon am I be? Then I was thinking, what type of character do I want to play? Maybe that would be more appropriate to think about it first. And I'm thinking, there's no alignment in this game. This is something I did find out. Again, spoiler, I'm from the future. So I've seen the character creation. I played the game a wee bit. And I came back in the past to do voiceover. I'm not spoiling anything by saying there is no character alignment here. So there's no like lawful good, lawful evil, neutral, whatever. Or maybe they're trying to say everyone's neutral. I see my character, my bard, being neutral good. Someone who does believe in the law, but not strictly. Believes that some laws are meant to be broken in situations. Nothing it should be followed strictly. That, evil does exist, and sometimes you have to do whatever it takes to kill the evil. That the weak can be protected, but on the flip side, does have slightly greedy tendencies. Not exactly perfect. So I see myself, okay, so I'm mostly a good person. So I'm going to go with a bronze, a, a, a good type dragon. And then I was thinking, well, I was going, okay, so a good type dragon. Then I was thinking, fire, 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 fire. Beavis Butthead. So I went with bronze. Now I'm selecting spells, so I just took them off. Now, cantrips, I'm thinking I'm going to be one of those friendly type bards, so friends. And of course, you want probably one offensive type. Blade Ward is a possibility too. I should have picked lights as well instead of friends. I forget if Dragonborn have night vision or not. That might be an issue. Now I'm going to actually my class one spells. You want to heal. I'm not a cleric, but having at least one heal is going to be useful. And healing word is a bonus action for those who do not play 5e Dungeons and Dragons very often. Every turn, combat turn, a character can do a reaction, some movement, an action, and a bonus action. Now you can only cast one spell. Now a cantrip is not considered a spell. So you can only cast one spell per turn, which means if it's a bonus action, you can do a bonus action like Healing Word. That's a spell. If you cast a Healing Word, you're not able to cast any actual spells, but you can cast cantrips. And most cantrips are actions. As long as those cantrips are not a bonus actions, that's a possibility. So you could heal and do damage on the same turn. Not tremendous amounts of damage or anything strong because it's only a cantrip. Early on, cantrips are almost as powerful as regular spells, right? But later on, you start using actual spells. But on the fly, sometimes you need to heal, and that's something you need to do. All right, selecting my spells and cantrip. Now, musical instrument. I don't think it really matters, but theme-wise, I think drum seems the best. But I took a look at all of them. Yeah, that sounds best, I think, drum. Now the backgrounds. For me, backgrounds are important because it defines the way how I see my character. Now, ultimately speaking, it's also important because you also get 2 additional skills that you would not normally get. And that's all it is for the backgrounds. It's a little flavor and skills. I'm not sure if this game does anything with backgrounds for the characters. It might, it may not. I'm sure there's some dialogue options from choices from time to time, depending on your background. The obvious one most people would say would be entertainer. That's not obvious to me. I'm not going to pick entertainer. I was thinking, what type of character do I see? And I closed my eyes and thought about it for a moment. Looked them all over and then thought about it. All right, so what type of character do I see myself playing? Well, I was thinking, again, I'm considering myself neutral good, someone who does believe in the law and good overall, but doesn't believe in laws being strictly enforced. In fact, often will break laws. Also believes, in helping the others for the most part, and be a little greedy. Why am I a little greedy? This, oh, maybe because I was poor. Maybe I grew up as an orphan, had no one, to no family support, always hungry, and now I do whatever it takes to make sure I don't stay hungry, which is why I'm a little greedy from time to time and I steal stuff or something. Yes, yes, I can see that. And then, maybe I'll have a little, you know, uh, sticky fingers because I want to make sure I have enough to eat. And then I said, okay, that's good. Okay, I like this story. I like where it's going. Next, let's look at attributes. Hmm. So the first thing I do is I turn everything into 8. And then max out charisma. Charisma is going to be the best. In this game, it's a point buy system. The higher the points go, the more points it takes to increase the skill. Then you also have a +2 and a +1 attribute. And the highest skill you can get is 17. So next I was thinking, well, maybe if I turn everything to 10, what's my next high skill? I want a Constitution. And every even number gives you a +1 on a roll. So 14 will give me something on a Constitution. Will give me a +2. Of course, if I went to 16, that would be +3. 17 does nothing, but one extra point later, I can make it to an 18. And then I'm looking at what skill proficiencies I have. I know I do have a lot of deck stuff. But I also have persuasion, and intimidation, and performance. I'm thinking to myself, Dex is always good. It helps with your, avoid, armor class. It also helps with initiative rolls, at least in classic D&D 5e. I'm just thinking, is there any other better combination I want? Now, Constitution, in my opinion, is important as a bard as well. You'll have some uh, concentration spells, and if you get hit, you have to roll Constitution saving throw. And if you fail, you lose the spell. So Constitution is always high. Of course, it also gives you the side benefit additional hit points every time you level. And again, I'm just kind of playing around with it right now, see if I can min max it a little bit more. Do I want less than optimal? 10 is usually considered the baseline. Average, average intelligence, average wisdom, average strength. Do I want average? A normal. And then I was thinking, well, I can go this route where I get 16, getting one extra bonus in hit points, but is it worth that many points in the buy system? Because you lose out quite a bit of points, and so my other sets will not be optimal. And while you can min max this to be like that, again, I'm not a min max character. I'm role playing this too. I don't want to be, perfect in one thing. So I'm just going through something that give me decent constitution, decent charisma. There is something to be said having two odd numbers. The first time you hit level 4, you can do either a feat or increase your attributes. And you get 2 points to increase your attributes. So you can increase your attributes to 16 and then of course your charisma to 18. So that there's that advantage by having two odd numbers. I debated about it over, but then I'm thinking mediocre strength and intelligence. Like, I'm still debating about it. At first, thought I was going to go through it, and then I said, "Oh, that's the male female." Oh, oh.
Where to next?
What was...
Let's hope the locals are friendly.
Hells, something just woke up down here.
Be wary. This place...
It's opened. I wonder what's back there.
More of those wretched things.
There's magic keeping this chest sealed. I can feel...
Where to next?
What was that?
Let's hope the locals are friendly.
Hells, something just woke up down here.
Be wary.
It's opened. I wonder what's back there.
More of those...
There's magic keeping this chest sealed. I can feel its aura.
I selected this head because I like the slightly bluish, you know, undertones that it has on top of his head. And then I was thinking, yeah, I should probably match. That looks pretty good. I plan on not multi-classing on this run. Now the tail was kind of controversial to me. No tail, tail, skinny tail, fat tail. Medium tail was the only choice. I said, okay, that's the least favorite one I have. I ultimately went with big tail, I believe. All right, BoydofZINJ. I'm just reviewing my cantrips, my spells. I have that one healing spell. It's a bonus action, not the best, but you know, in a pinch.
Choose one.
Now this, I don't remember Guardian in the early access one. I thought it was like, who were you attracted to? But regardless. But that being said, I kind of just hit the randomizer. And said, okay, that looks good enough. And then I was thinking, well, maybe the hair. I don't know if I like that hair. I think my Guardian would have better hair color. I mean, this person could look great in anime. But let's get it. You know, I've always been kind of partial to blonde hair. And they want purple highlights. Okay, now that I mean, not blonde, red. Gingerish. I said, okay. I'm not going to
Remarkable.
Follow your instincts.
keep it female.
Remarkable.
I'm not gender fluid.
Follow
And
your instincts.
I don't know if this is a romantic
Don't be
option or my
afraid.
romantic ultimate goal or quote unquote guardian. I'm just going to go with this. I'm not going to spend too much time. I looked at some of the options. Alright, this will be concluding my episode 0 of Baldur's Gate Run. Once I'm done and click Venture 4, the cutscene will happen. I'm going to save it afterwards and call it quits for this episode. I hope you enjoy this series. I hope I join as well. Again, this is a blind run on Tactician mode on the PC full release version that just came out. Let's watch the cutscene. It's that time of the video where I'd say adios. Thank you for watching. And if you're hearing this, I really like to say thank you for staying at least this long or skipping to the end. I really appreciate it. Better yet, the YouTube gods seem to enjoy it. Please like, subscribe, click on the bell icon to notification alerts. It really does help content creators like myself. I need the help. If you have any suggestions about my YouTube content or my channel or about this video, I'd love to hear it. Please leave a comment. Regardless, I'd like to thank you for watching. Stay safe, be entertained, enjoy life, and until next time, adios, goodbye. Hope your RNG is better than mine. Thank you.
All hands, initiate shutdown sequence.